M. Night Shyamalan's Signs and the Sixth Sense have been announced officially for 4K. Blazing Saddles and North by Northwest get 4K and 4K Steelbook announcements. Umbrella Entertainment announces their new December slate. Arrow Video announces their new November slate, including a simple plan on 4K. Imprint announces their new November slate with a bombshell release of The Neverending Story on 4K. And the 4K Steelbook of the Terminator has finally been revealed by Warner Brothers. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 227. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of Blu-ray and 4K. And look, guys, I'm excited to be here. We got a lot of really exciting stuff to cover on today's episode. I have covered quite a bit of this already on my live stream that I did last Wednesday night, which if you're not checking those out, definitely check those out. But we're going to cover it again here in a more condensed version. Now, I will say this is the new era of the Physical Media Report, guys. Unedited, unfiltered. I'm going to make mistakes. I always do. So if you want to comment on those mistakes down below in the comment section, you're more than welcome to, but I'm not going to get everything perfect. It is unedited, unfiltered. But the good thing about that is you're going to get my raw thoughts. Everything that pops into my head, you're going to get that on your screen today for the Physical Media Report. And I like it that way, to be honest. I like it that way. But we got tons of boutique label news to discuss as well that I haven't gotten into. We've got announcements from Arrow Video, Umbrella, Imprint, Vinegar Syndrome, as I'm recording this right now, has just dropped their September announcement. So we got tons of stuff to get into. But before we do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk all things physical media on this channel. If you like that kind of stuff, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. And then also comment down below, guys, what are you the most excited about of everything that we cover here today? What gets your juices flowing? Let me know in that comment section below, and then turn on bell notifications for all future videos. So, look, guys, the past two physical media reports, you guys seem to like it. Like, you guys seem to like the lengthier conversations, but the last two have been extremely long, longer than I wanted them to be, like 45, 46 minutes long. I'm going to try to make this a little bit shorter, not making any promises, but I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter. But let's dive into the rumors, guys. We've got Boogie Nights. That's supposed to be coming to 4K at some point this year. I mean, this was on Blu-ray.com, and it gave me this link to this site called FNAC. I don't know what country this site is in, but they have a pre-order up for Boogie Nights on 4K, and it's supposed to come out on September the 9th. I highly doubt that Boogie Nights is going to come to 4K on September the 9th. It could. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, at this point, but I would have thought that we would have heard some kind of an announcement by now. I mean, that's a week and a half away from when I am filming this. Boogie Nights coming to 4K. I'm sure that's just some kind of a placeholder. They'll change it as they go, but it is, exciting to have an actual pre-order up somewhere for Boogie Nights on 4K. I've been calling for that movie to come to 4K for the longest time. Paul W. Anderson. Is that his name? Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA. Sorry, guys. Paul W.S. Anderson is somebody completely different. Completely different. But Paul Thomas Anderson, I need There Will Be Blood on 4K. We did get Punch Drunk Love on 4K earlier this year. The Phantom Thread is on 4K. Handful of his movies are on 4K, but I know a lot of people would love Boogie Nights on 4K, Magnolia on 4K, The Master on 4K. We definitely need more PTA on 4K for sure. So hopefully, this is a good indication that we'll get a cool Boogie Nights edition at some point on 4K. And that whether that comes out from Warner Brothers, who I think has the rights to Boogie Nights, or maybe it's a Criterion. Maybe it's an exciting December Criterion announcement, or maybe January. Who knows at this point? But I am excited to watch Boogie Nights on 4K nonetheless. Great movie from 1997. Let's get into this real quick. So I've been hearing some crazy rumors about the Shout Factory November announcements that should be taking place sometime this week. If they're not already announced by the time this episode goes up, I'll be making a separate video when these announcements actually take place. But this is a rumor right now for the November announcements. We got Hush, which is a Mike Flanagan film. So this was posted up by, I never know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Mafoon. He's on Blu-ray.com. He breaks a lot of this stuff on Blu-ray.com, shows images. So I don't know where he gets the images from, but he has this all watermarked up right here that those letters are not going to be on the actual cover art. But this is kind of the sneak peek of what this is going to look like. But Hush, which was a Netflix film back in 2016, directed by Mike Flanagan, that is supposedly getting a 4K release. I mean, we have the artwork right here. It looks like it's going to be a 4-disc set, so I don't know if this is going to have additional cuts or not. I'm sure it's going to be loaded with special features because Mike Flanagan himself has really championed and worked on this. And put a lot of work into this from what it sounds. Now, Hush was taken off Netflix, I think, a year and a half ago, and Flanagan has been trying to get it back on streaming networks, and it is on, I believe, Shout Factory TV right now, Shout or Scream Factory TV, their streaming service, and now it's getting a physical release. So very cool. Again, supposedly getting a physical release. As we know with Shout Factory, we have to wait till it's actually announced to fully believe that we're going to get it, because the faculty, there was rumors of that. There were images of that. It never got announced. It still hasn't been announced. So Hush, guys, I'm pretty sure this will probably be dropping in their announcements either Monday or Tuesday of this week, maybe Wednesday. But I'm excited for it because this was a streaming movie that is now getting a physical release because of the director and the passion that he has for his films and preserving his films. So I do think that is very important for sure. But there's some other rumors I do want to dive into real quick. So I posted up my haul, and I've actually still got it right here. I ordered a couple of Blu-rays from Groove. So I was tired of not owning The Mask. I love this movie. I've been waiting for a 4K release of it. So I posted up that I got this for $7 on Blu-ray. Somebody, I don't know where they got this information. I couldn't find the information anywhere, but they said that Shout Factory is supposed to be announcing The Mask on 4K this week. If that happens, I'll freaking lose my mind. Like, I'll completely lose my shit, like, in front of all you all. I'll definitely be making a video, but that's going to be super exciting news for me, and just confirmation that the Blu-ray curse is real. When you go out there and you buy the Blu-ray of a film that you've been waiting for a 4K of, the 4K gets announced right after you buy it. So Blu-ray curse is real if The Mask does get announced, because I had no idea, no prior knowledge of The Mask coming out on 4K from Shout Factory, but that's apparently the rumor on the street. I heard that from multiple people. I've got DMs and I've got comments on my post on Instagram, and also in my damn God, what am I trying to say? My short that I posted about my group pickups. I got all kinds of comments and stuff. So I like I said, I will lose my crap if that actually happens. And I don't know why my wife always wants to text me when I'm in the middle of filming the physical media report. Does she know that this is very important and very professional? Okay. All right. Look, let's talk about that's the rumors. That's all the rumors. Let's talk about The Sixth Sense. So The Sixth Sense was announced to come to 4K, and this is coming out, of course, from Disney, guys. And it's coming out on October the 22nd. You're going to have HDR with this. No Dolby Vision. There are no pre-orders up yet for The Sixth Sense. There's no steelbook or anything like that. But not only are we getting M. Night Shyamalan's The Sixth Sense on 4K, we're also getting Signs on 4K, which is super exciting for me. I freaking love Signs. It is my favorite Shyamalan film and probably one of my top 20 movies of all time. So I have been waiting for this movie to come to 4K for the longest time, since these are both owned by Disney. I didn't think that we would ever get them, but we are getting them on October the 22nd. It is official, guys. These are not rumors. These were announcements. This was a bombshell announcement because I did not see this coming. I don't think anybody really saw this coming. There were no rumblings of this that I heard anywhere, but it is very exciting to get The Sixth Sense and Signs on 4K. None of the features have been revealed. Hopefully we get some cool new special features like we did with James Cameron's True Lies and The Abyss and all that kind of stuff. That these are director-led 4Ks, guys. I think that's very important to understand and to note here, because there's going to be people that's like, oh my God, Disney's putting out Signs in The Sixth Sense. The floodgates are open. We're going to get the Fox stuff. We're going to get the Touchstone stuff. We're going to get the Hollywood Picture stuff. Everything that we dreamed about getting from Disney, we're going to get now. I don't think that's the case. There has to be some other announcements that take place to make me fully buy into that, if that makes any sense. These are director-led 4Ks. These are the directors going to Disney and saying, I want to do 4Ks of my movies. That's what I believe it is. I think Shyamalan wanted to do remasters of these films, and Disney let him do it because these are pretty popular movies, and they knew they could probably make a profit off it. Same with the James Cameron films. That is a director-led 4K. Now, I don't think that this is always the case because somebody did point out that Criterion is now getting getting the license to some Disney titles, the Fox Searchlight titles. We are getting All of Us Strangers, which I don't know the director of that movie, but I do know that The Shape of Water, which is also Fox Searchlight, that is very much probably a Guillermo del Toro led 4K right there because he wants to remaster his movies in 4K because he cares about preserving his films. I don't know the director of All of Us Strangers or not, but somebody did point out, was that a director led 4K? Could have very well been, but I don't think that that director has the pull that some of the other directors do. So that could be a separate deal with Criterion and Fox Searchlight to put out some of their movies through the Criterion Collection. There are things happening. You can't deny that with Disney and 4K and physical media. There are things happening that are exciting. But again, I got to get more to fully buy into, this idea that Disney, the floodgates are open. We're going to be getting all these great titles. We're going to be getting Con Air on 4K, Tombstone on 4K, everything that we wanted Disney to do. They're going to start doing now because they're partnered with Sony and all that stuff. Things are moving. I gotta get more. I gotta have more before I fully buy into that. But the Sixth Sense, guys, Signs on 4K. It's very exciting nonetheless, guys. I am excited to pick up both of these titles on 4K, and we'll have the trilogy, guys, not the official trilogy, but the first like 3 movies of M. Night Shyamalan, his best movies, in my opinion, Unbreakable, Signs, and The Sixth Sense. We'll have all of them on 4K, which is super exciting. The Village is supposedly coming. That's not my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. I think it's okay, but a lot of people really want that one, and that's a big, significant one as well because it hasn't been upgraded since DVD. So hopefully we get the Village announcement very soon as well. But super exciting, like I said, guys. Signs, The Sixth Sense. Let me know if you're excited in the comment section below. And if that wasn't enough, guys, the next day we got this announcement, and we knew that this was coming because we'd already gotten the Warner Brothers UK exclusive, but the Terminator 4K Steelbook was revealed. Now, this is available to pre-order on Amazon and also Groove.com, and it sold out. I know it sold out last week. Then it went back in stock, and then it sold out again. I don't know. As of when I'm putting this up right now, I don't know if this is back in stock right now. You can check and keep checking. I'm sure they will put more of this back in stock because people do want the Steelbook for sure. Now, the actual 4K, because there is going to be a standard 4K edition of the Terminator, that has not been revealed just yet, what that is going to look like. So the other 2 Warner Brothers titles that I'm getting ready to talk about have been revealed. We got the slip covers, and we also got the Steelbook. But for some reason, guys, they like to play with us when it comes to Nightmare on Elm Street and the Terminator. It's like, let's hold on to this as long as we possibly can to actually reveal the cover art, which I don't know why they do that, but it's just kind of weird. But Warner Bros., this is the cover art for the Terminator 4K Steelbook. Like I said, it was up for pre-order on Groove and also on Amazon for $29.99, which is a great price. Great price for the Steelbook. This is the full image of the Steelbook. I really like this Steelbook. I know some people were going back and forth. A lot of people just like to hate on Warner Brothers and their artwork, and sometimes I think it's warranted, and sometimes I think it's not. And the fact of the matter is, guys, they want these more modern art pieces. They don't always want to go the original poster. You can never really lose with physical media fans if you go the original poster route, but it is a big swing, and I guess I have to respect it a little bit for them to try to do something different to bring in the more mainstream crowd, the people that aren't as super into this as we are. I think a modern audience might look at this Steelbook and say, man, that is badass. I got to have that in my collection, where us older collectors and movie lovers may look at that and be like, oh my God, that's so nasty and disgusting. I want the old original poster artwork. What's wrong with that? The modern audiences, they might not jive with that. They may jive more with this artwork right here. So I think it's cool. I actually like the artwork right there. I get what people are saying, but to me, that encapsulates, what the Terminator is. You got Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor down there at the bottom. I love that image of Arnold on the inside. I think that's super awesome. I love the image on the back as well with him leaning down, first coming in from time travel. So I really like the Steelbook. The only thing I don't love is the color. I wish it had a more blue aesthetic to it than the orange, like beige look, but it's still a really nice Steelbook, and I do like it. Like I said, that's available to pre-order now. Again, a lot of people are talking about the Terminator coming to 4K. People are like, I'm excited for this. I want to pick it up. And a lot of people are like, I'm not picking that up until I hear a review. And some people are just totally against it because of all the stuff that James Cameron recently said about people living in their basement and buying 4K, buying his 4Ks and stuff like that, and criticizing his 4K. So people are against James Cameron right now. I get it, and I have heard some people say they've saw the Terminator on 4K in the theaters, and it does look very digitized. It does look overly smooth, just like pretty much in line with all of his other 4Ks, with the exception of Titanic. I think Titanic was a really rock solid 4K. But I don't know, guys. I'm going to pick this up regardless because I love the Terminator and I want a nice, cool steelbook. I've already pre-ordered it. I'll probably get the slipcover version as well. I'm such a fan of this movie that I just wanted in 4K. And I'm just curious. And I have a physical media channel and I'm going to review it for you guys. Whether it's good or it's bad, it's going to make an interesting conversation and video to talk about. But yeah, guys, let me know if you're excited for the Terminator on 4K. Are you going to pick this up? Do you have a problem supporting James Cameron now because of the recent comments that he made? It is what it is. Directors, actors are going to make their comments. It's like, I don't really care either way. I enjoy movies for what they are. And James Cameron is a master filmmaker, guys. It's made so many great movies. So I'm not going to boycott his films just because he wants to mouth off about physical media fans and collectors and stuff like that. So let me know your thoughts, though, because everybody's got different thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But we got some other exciting announcements, guys. And these have no official release dates yet, guys. These do not have a release dates. I imagine the Terminator is probably going to come out in November, maybe December. But Blazing Saddles also got announced to come to 4K officially in the States. There's a pre-order for this up on Amazon just for the standard version. Now on Groove and Amazon, we have the Steelbook version of Blazing Saddles. And I'm going to be honest, I don't love the artwork for either one of these. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think the Steelbook's kind of lame. And I think that the standard 4K is just kind of silly looking. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like a carnival a little bit, which does not give me the Blazing Saddles feel at all. But I will note that off of this right here, you get the 4K and the digital code with the regular 4K, but you get the 4K and the Blu-ray with the Steelbook. So it might be worth getting the Steelbook just for that. But yeah, in my opinion, Warner Brothers completely dropped the ball with the artwork on Blazing Saddles, because this is a case where it's like, go ahead and just use the original poster, because that original poster is so iconic. But yeah, this artwork right here, guys, just isn't it. But nonetheless, I am excited to see Blazing Saddles in 4K. It is a Western. It's a Western parody, but it is a Western. Westerns tend to look phenomenal on 4K. And Warner Brothers has done a great job with Westerns on 4K. Rio Bravo looked so freaking phenomenal in 4K. So great. So I'm excited to watch this one on 4K, guys. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I don't know if there's going to be any new features or not. Probably not. If anything, we'll be lucky if we get the old features because it's Warner Brothers. But let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. We also got the classic Alfred Hitchcock film, North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant. I'm definitely excited for this. This is one that I talked about before. This is a movie that I think is going to look great in 4K, maybe more so than any of the other Alfred Hitchcock movies, just because of all the incredible like set piece sequence moments and the setting. And I think everything's going to look phenomenal about this film in 4K. So I'm very excited to see in 4K. Glad it finally got an official announcement, even though we had a UK release that was announced a couple of months ago, but it's going to get a 4K slipcover version that honestly looks great. I think that this is a great looking cover right here. You have the classic, Cary Grant running from the plane, and you got Mount Rushmore in the background. I think this encapsulates everything that is North by Northwest, and I think it's a really great cover on the slipcover version. And you also have this steelbook right here, which I think is also great. I think that both of these, I think Warner Bros. Nailed both of these, the slipcover and the steelbook. So I think that both these are awesome. I love the colors. I love the colors on the steelbook version. Again, you have Mount Rushmore on the back. Just a great steelbook. So you got a limited edition steelbook. You got a slipcover version. The slipcover version is only available on Amazon right now for $24.99, and the steelbook is on Amazon and it's on Groove right now, available to pre-order. But to be honest, I'm probably going to go with the steelbook on this one just because I think it looks freaking phenomenal. But guys, look, let me know which ones you're excited for. The Terminator, Blazing Saddles, North by Northwest. I really think that Warner Brothers is having one hell of a year. I really do. I think they're doing a great job. They're putting out their new movies. They're putting out their catalog titles. They got Warner Archive as well. I really don't have anything to really complain about with Warner Bros. I think they do a really good job with their releases. You can nitpick them with their artwork for sure, but at the end of the day, they're putting out these movies that we love, and stunning 4K and really good features and things like that. Really good packaging with the UK version. So It's good stuff, guys. I think Warner Brothers, look, they're giving us more than some of the other studios are, so I think that we should appreciate. To be honest, like I feel like Warner Bros is having a better year this year than they did last year for their 100th anniversary. So I don't know what exactly the difference is. I don't know why they didn't go full force last year into some of these releases, but I think they're doing better this year than they did last year, especially with all these steelbook announcements and stuff, exclusive on Groove and all that. So let me know if you're excited for Blazing Saddles, North by Northwest, and the Terminator on 4K in the comment section below. And we also got Maxxxine, guys. We got Maxxxine. This is coming to 4K on, sorry, guys, I got the dates wrote down here. This was officially announced by Lionsgate coming out on October the 8th. 4K Blu-ray and Walmart exclusive Blu-ray as well. So if you remember, Pearl, I think, had a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray. Now, this hasn't actually been revealed what the artwork's going to be, but it is noted that Walmart is getting an exclusive Blu-ray. The 4K is going to have Dolby Vision, HDR. There's going to be new featurettes, and there's going to be a Q&A with Ty West. So, yeah, guys, I'm excited to pick up the conclusion of the Maxxxine X trilogy. Let me know if you are in the comment section below. We also got, getting into some of the boutique announcements, guys, we got Arrow Video announced their November slate, and there's some good, exciting stuff in this November slate. I didn't make a full video on it. I don't think that there's a huge title here, but there is some stuff to really dig into and get excited about for sure. We've got A Simple Plan, which is a Sam Raimi movie that I don't think has been upgraded to Blu-ray even. I think this is coming all the way from DVD. I have not seen this movie, but this is coming out on 4K on November the 19th. You're going to have a new restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR. You're going to have new features and a new commentary as well. And there's also going to be a Blu-ray edition. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not completely in love with the artwork right here, but I am excited to get this and watch it for the first time because the cast is excellent. You got Bill Paxton, you got Billy Bob Thornton, you got Bridget Fonda. Like, I will buy anything that has Bill Paxton, and I love him so much. So I'm excited to watch this one. The artwork though is not great to me, but it's okay. So let me know if you're excited for A Simple Plan coming out on November the 19th. We also got Invasion, which is a film with Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig. I guess it's some kind of like alien invasion, like body snatchers type movie. I remember seeing the preview back in the day, but I never felt compelled to watch this movie. I will now, since it's getting a 4K release from Arrow Video. But this comes out November the 12th. Dolby Vision, HDR. There's a new commentary, and there's 2 new visual essays with this as well, and some archival special features. And this is also getting a Blu-ray edition. So none of these guys, as of right now, the Arrow Video November announcements are available to pre-order, but they probably will be within the next week or so. That's usually how Arrow Video puts their stuff out. They announce it first, they make it exclusive to their site, they put it up on Diabolic, and then a week later, Amazon gets it to pre-order. So yeah, Invasion, guys, it's coming out on 4K on November the 12th. We also got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, getting a 4K on November the 12th as well. So this is a previous Blu-ray that Arrow Video has done that is upgraded to 4K. So you're going to have all the same special features here, and this has Dolby Vision and HDR. So very cool that this movie's getting a 4K. I know a lot of people have been wanting this movie to come to 4K. I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous in 4K. Of course, Elvira in 4K. Why would you not want that, guys? Come on. So I know a lot of people are excited for this one, and for good reason. I'm excited to watch it as well. That one comes out on November the 12th. We also got At Close Range, which I believe is the only UK exclusive title that is coming out. And this comes out on November the 4th. There's going to be a new commentary and features here as well. Now, I do want to point out that when it comes to At Close Range, NVD Rewind did a Blu-ray version in the States. So if you just want this movie on Blu-ray, they got you covered in the States. But it should be noted that usually when it comes to Arrow Video, they do a little bit of a better job when it comes to their Blu-ray. So it's probably going to look a little bit better on the Arrow Video Blu-ray than it does on the NVD Rewind Blu-ray. And you're going to get new features on that as well. So if you're a big fan of this movie, this is probably the edition to get. But if you're not in the UK and you don't want to import, there is a Blu-ray option available in the States as well through NVD Rewind. But let me know if you're excited for that one in the comments section below. We've also got Tommy. This is a Japanese mystery thriller that I'm not familiar with, but that is coming out on Blu-ray on November the 19th. There's going to be a new commentary and interviews as well. And lastly, we've got the Shaw Scope Volume 3, which has been previously announced by Arrow Video. We knew this one was coming. The Shaw Scope Volume 3 box set is coming out in November as well. So yeah, guys, that is Arrow Video in November. I mean, it's a pretty big month. There's some good titles there, like A Simple Plan and Invasion, Elvira. Those are exciting 4Ks for sure. But there's not that big title, I feel like, at least for me, that really just pops Arrow Video. Arrow Video has had a solid year, but when you compare it to last year, like that's where you start to run into problems in your mind because that was such an incredible year last year. Like I think of November last year for Arrow Video, Barbarella, Tremors 2, like there were some really heavy hitting titles. And I don't think any of these are got like the big box set treatment. These are all just regular standard editions with the standard slip covers, except for Shaw Scope Volume 3. Like this is going to be a big box set release. And if you're a Kung Fu Hong Kong cinema fan, you're going to love this. And this is going to probably be the release of the month for you. But I'm just not super into that stuff, at least as of right now. So let me know what you're excited about for the Arrow Video announcements in the comment section below. We've also got Barbarella is getting another 4K release. Is coming out from Altitude Film Distribution on October the 21st. It's going to have Dolby Vision, HDR. It's going to have a new 5.1 and 2.0 audio and 3 new interviews on this release. Now, from what it looks like, guys, this is the same transfer that they used for the Turbine Media release, which I think they also released Barbarella on 4K not too long ago. So I don't know if this is the same release with the same features, the same audio upgrades. I'm only going off of what was announced recently, but Barbarella is getting another 4K. If you missed out on that steelbook that came out, if it's sold out, you do have another opportunity to get it. And let's go ahead and get into the Umbrella announcements, guys. I'm going to have to pull up the Umbrella Instagram real quick to go through these. So they announced these, I think, last Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Of course, it's always that when over here in the States. Over there, it's during the day, but we're like 14 hours behind them or something. So these are the announcements they put out. They got Open Your Eyes, Pulse, Boiling Point with Wesley Snipes and Dennis Hopper, which I'm actually really excited about because I've never seen that movie, and I love Wesley Snipes and Dennis Hopper. So I'm excited to watch that one. We've also got Sasquatch Sunset, which I've heard conflicting things about, mixed things about. Some people really like it, some people didn't. And we got Last Stop in Yuma County, which I've heard a lot of great things about that movie. We got the Speedway Murders getting a regular slipcover version, and the Bird Eater getting a slipcover version. But all the other titles, the 5 other titles, got box set releases. Now, let's go over to the Umbrella page, and we'll kind of should I put myself down here, guys? We'll kind of get into more of the details of these, just kind of looking into what they are. But Pulse 2001, which I think is some kind of a Japanese horror film. I could be wrong, thriller. But this has new features in it. So it looks like it has 2 or 3 new features here. You got a 150-page hardback book in this thing. This thing looks like it's going to be stacked. This is a 4K release as well. So this is a pretty big release, I imagine. If you're a fan of Pulse, which I've never seen this movie, so I don't have too much to say about it, I imagine that you're probably pretty excited for that release right there. And backing out, we can get into Open Your Eyes. This is a movie from 1997, and this looks like it has 3 new features as well. And this is just a Blu-ray edition. It's not a 4K edition. You do have a 48-page book right here. So this is probably just going to be the regular standard Umbrella size as far as the packaging, but looks like a cool release. 1997. I haven't really heard of this movie, I'm going to be honest. Let's go back to the Pulse real quick. Yeah, this is $70 for the Pulse 4K for that big package. It's also, and this is $55 for this one right here. So these are pretty pricey releases, guys, but I can tell you in confidence because I've got a ton of Umbrella stuff and I've reviewed a lot of Umbrella stuff. I've showcased a lot of Umbrella stuff. Their stuff is quality. Like it really is quality. Like some of the nicest package releases that you'll ever get and add to your collection come through Umbrella. So it is pricey, but it is worth the price, I think, when you actually get it in your collection. Now, Sasquatch Sunset right here, is this worth like the big box set treatment? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I know it has a regular Blu-ray in the States, but you get a 48-page booklet here. You got an audio commentary. It doesn't look like there's a ton of new features with this one. Just some, of the regular features that I'm sure the release in the US has. But you get a lot of cool stuff. And again, some people, if you love this movie, it may be worth it to get that for you. And we got Boiling Point right here with a nice big FU on the box. Is that Viggo Mortensen in this movie as well? Like this one's probably going to be pretty damn gnarly. I'm excited to check this one out. So I'm always looking for new Wesley Snipes experiences for sure. I think he's super underrated, and I wish he was still. I look, guys. I don't want to spoil Deadpool and Wolverine or anything, but I'm just hoping that we get a Blade movie at some point. I think that would be pretty damn awesome. And I realized by saying that I probably did spoil the movie, so I do apologize. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. But at this point, I can't edit it. I can't edit that out. So I apologize. Anyway, Boiling Point right here, guys. Looks like a really cool release. 1993, really nice box set. And yeah, this is a Blu-ray right here. This is one that I am kind of excited about. You got a new audio commentary. You got new Love in the Dark, the romantic noir of Boiling Point. So you got new trailer reels, new photo gallery. So this thing looks pretty damn stacked right there. So I am excited for that one. And we've got The Last Stop of Yuma County, nice box set of this movie. And this looks like it has 3 audio commentaries and it's got a documentary sizzle reel, but nothing new here. This probably has a lot of the same features that maybe the US version has, but it's in a nice box set. And I have heard some good things about that movie. We've also got a Pulse regular edition. If you just want the slipcover 4K version with all the features, it is $42. And we've got Bird Eater, which is $21, just a regular standard Blu-ray edition. And we've also got the Speedway Murders right there, which is a newer film from 2023 that is $21 as well right there. So let's go ahead and jump into the next label, but let me know what you're excited about from Umbrella coming out in December. We can talk about the Imprint announcements really quick, and I'll bring this up. So I did an entire video on the Neverending Story, but they announced a huge, very expensive Neverending Story box set this month, which looks incredible. It honestly looks incredible. It's right there, guys. If you can see it, I'm kind of scrolling through it. The actual like big box set packaging is the book itself with the RN on it, which looks freaking awesome. And from what I hear, like it's a legit like prop replica. That's what makes this so expensive. It is if you're going to import this to the States, it's going to cost you $200 with shipping. So it's a very expensive release. It does have new features on it. And I believe it's got new commentaries on it as well. It's got multiple cuts. It's got the German cut, which I failed to mention this in the video, or I just mistaken this in the video. That German cut does have English audio. It has English audio that was written right there, plain as day. I missed it. Everybody was correcting me in the comment section, but I just missed it. I saw German cut and I just assumed it was in German. Then I saw English subtitles right there. But it is in English audio for the German uncut version, or the different cut version. You also have the theatrical cut, and you have both of those cuts on Blu-ray and 4K, and then you got a disc that's full of the special feature. Or no, you have a disc that has the documentary on the movie, and then you've got plenty of special features in the Blu-ray disc throughout the release. So really cool release though, guys. It's got plenty of special feature material and just all kinds of good stuff with that. You got lobby cards and booklets and all kinds of good stuff with this release, guys. The original poster is in here as well, and I think it's a pretty good quality release. So it's expensive, but I think, with that prop booklet, like it probably evens out the price a little bit. And Imprint Films is just, they're kind of more expensive than everybody else. I think that Imprint Films is maybe the most expensive label that there is. They do get a little bit ridiculous when it comes to their prices, even for some of their regular box set releases. So I get it. If you look at this and you're like, F you, Imprint, I'm not paying that money. I totally get it. But I think with that prop booklet in there, that prop book from the movie, I think that that's enough of a collectible. And look, guys, when this sells out, it's going to be incredibly limited. Like it's going to be worth the money on the resale market. So if like you ever felt the need to resell it, you'll probably make your money back selling it. Not that I really get in the habit of buying stuff to sell it back. Like I don't really sell anything in my collection unless it's like a DVD or a Blu-ray that's just very low grade, and I just kind of sell it back to my used bookstore or something. But this is a really awesome release, really is. I'm not saying it's totally worth the 200, but it's definitely worth quite a bit of money for sure. This Imprint Films release. So Neverending Story on 4K, guys. Are you excited for it? Let me know in the comment section. We've also got Priscilla. This got a 4K plus 2 Blu-ray release right here, box set. I'm not familiar with this movie, but it got a 4K. That's a movie from 1994. We also got a Bridge Too Far on 4K, which is a cool announcement. That movie looks like it has Anthony Hopkins in it. So I have not seen that movie, but I'm sure it's got a lot of great features as well. And then we've got Convoy coming to 4K, and it's also got a Blu-ray. So all these look like they have like separate cases in there. They got the 4K case, and they also have the Blu-ray case. So that's pretty cool. They're putting those together in there. But yeah, guys, Convoy is coming out. I feel like one of these was by a notable director, but I can't fully remember. But yeah, Convoy coming out on 4K. It's a good month for Imprint, but it is also an expensive month. I think if you want to get all of these, we can go over to the actual Imprint website right here. If you want to get this bundle right here with all of these movies, it's going to cost you like $340. So that is quite the steep price point if you want to get this entire package. And like I said, Never Ending Story by itself is $170 plus $30 if you live in the States to import this. But guys, look, it's exciting times for physical media. We're getting stuff that we've never gotten before, collector's editions that we've never gotten before, but you are going to pay at this point. It is a collector's market, but you got to pay top dollar for some of this stuff. All right, guys, let's get on the Vinegar Syndrome website. As I'm filming this, Vinegar Syndrome just dropped their September announcements. I have already pre-ordered one of the titles because one of the titles was The Howling 2. Right there, guys, which is super exciting. This is Your Sister is a Werewolf, The Howling 2. So this is long. This was long out of print. I think Screen Factory did this way back in the day. And the Blu-ray for The Howling 2 was like $200 for the longest time. It might even be more expensive than that. So this was a release that needed to happen just to get this movie back into circulation. So I'm glad that Vinegar Syndrome put this one out because now I can own The Howling 2 in my collection. I watched this when I was a kid, but I barely remember it, so I'm excited to revisit it. I would love the entire Howling series on 4K at some point. Like if Vinegar Syndrome did a box set, I wouldn't complain. But again, I'm sure that's a rights thing and stuff. But The Howling 2 got announced, guys, to come to 4K. And that is a pretty exciting announcement right there. That is part of their September announcements. We've also got Cruel Britannia, three thrillers from the UK. So this is the 3-movie pack right here that is coming out. That is $42.99. So it's some kind of a box set with 3 films. I'm not too familiar with this, but this is a part of their September releases. And then we got Delirium, photo of Gioia. Sorry, guys, I can't pronounce it, but this is a Lamberto Bava film, which is Mario Bava's son, and he is also the director of Demons as well. So I'm sure this is a pretty cool movie. This is a 4K release as well. 4K release as well. This is one that I'll get at some point, but I did not jump on this one immediately. And then you back out. So that's the 3 like main Vinegar Syndrome releases. You also got a Vinegar Syndrome archive release of An Eye for an Eye. So this looks like a newer film right here. Could be an older film. This is 1990. So I'm not familiar with this movie, but An Eye from an Eye got an announcement as a Vinegar Syndrome archive release, and that's a Blu-ray release. And we also got Bloodline that was announced as well. This is a Vinegar Syndrome Labs release, so another title that I am not familiar with, and that is a Blu-ray release. And lastly, guys, we got a cinematograph edition of Go Fish, which is another film that I feel like I have heard of this movie before. This is from 1994. I will get this at some point. It looks like it has a lot of good special features in it. I will get that at some point because I do collect all the cinematograph titles. But I have not heard of this movie. I'm not going to get it right now because I don't see this one really selling out anytime soon. But that is Go Fish right there. Oh, we do got one more. This comes out from Distrib Picks, and this is Blonde on a Bum Trip. Blonde on a Bum Trip. So that is the Vinegar Syndrome announcements right there. And yeah, guys, what do you think of all the announcements? A lot of boutique labels, they are firing on all cylinders. And look, I didn't want this to go that long, but that took a long time to get to. So I'm sure that this video is going to go longer than expected. Let's see if we can speed through the rest of it. We've got some deals to talk about, guys. We've got some deals to talk about. Groove is hosting some sales this weekend. We've got a back to school sale going on with a lot of good titles, it looks like. Blu-ray, 4K, DVD as well. We've got the Crazy Days 4K, 3 for $30. 4Ks is still in effect right now, guys. We've got Movies galore, 2 DVDs for 14 bucks, which does not seem like a great deal. Come on, Gru. But you got a lot of DVDs on there for 14 bucks if you want to take part in that. And we can go ahead and jump over. And like I said, guys, the Vinegar Syndrome sale, totally rad sale, is going on right now as well. So you can jump on Vinegar Syndrome. They got a lot of good stuff. Some of their stuff is marked down to like $8.75. So you may want to jump on some of those titles. Totally rad Vinegar Syndrome sale. I'll try to link all this stuff down below in the description. But jumping over to Amazon real quick, and let me try to get rid of this down in the corner. We do got some really good deals on Amazon titles going on right now. We've got the Columbia Classic Volume 4 4K set. If I scroll to the top right there, that is down to $114.99, which pisses me off. It pisses me off because I paid over $200 for this set. I thought that Amazon was going to lower the price. They didn't. It's my fault for not refunding it, but also I didn't want to do all that work, and I shouldn't have to do all that work because they dropped it like 2 days after it got shipped to me. But $114.99 for Volume 4 of the Columbia Classics, that's a really great set because, look, that's almost worth it for Starman alone. Starman looks fantastic in 4K, and you get the entire TV series of Starman in that set. So if you haven't gotten that set yet, that is totally worth it, along with 5 great movies on 4K as well. Sleepless in Seattle. You also got Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, His Girl Friday. So a lot of really good movies. Kramer versus Kramer, a lot of really good movies in that box set. That's totally worth it for $114.99 right there. You also got the Resident Evil Steelbook set. And I'll be having all these deals, guys, down below in the description. So if you want to take part in any of these deals, definitely use those links that I got down below because they help support the channel. As for everything that I talk about in today's video, the pre-orders, what is coming out this week, all the pre-orders, all the links for anything that has a pre-order on Amazon is down below in the description. If you want to use those, I would definitely appreciate it. We also got the Steelbook set Resident Evil for $84.24. Good price for that Steelbook set. If you don't have those movies on 4K, that's actually a really good set, really good price for that set. And the Paramount Scares box set, guys, this is not out yet, but it's down to $63.19 for a pre-order, which is definitely a really good price. The Mexico Trilogy is $58.99, although I think it's going to be cheaper if you go to actual Barnes & Noble website to order it. I think it's $50 on there right now. Friday the 13th on 4K hasn't come out yet, but that is $24.99. We got Bringing Out the Dead went down in price to $30.79. Whiplash on 4K is $13.95. Bad Boys 1 and 2 is $18.42. District 9 is $12.40. Can't Hardly Wait went down a little bit to $27.86. We also got the Equalizer trilogy for $34.56. A lot of good stuff, guys. Bullet Train 4K Steelbook for $22.40. Amelie, the Blu-ray Steelbook is $16.40. I mean, I paid $30 for that, down to $16.40. Mask of Zorro 4K Steelbook is $17.55. A lot of really good deals, guys, going on right now. I will link every deal that I can find down below in the description. We got Fury on 4K for $13.64. I know what you did last summer for $13.95. We got The Fifth Element for $13.95 currently. Thanksgiving on Blu-ray. Now, there is a 4K Steelbook coming, but if you just want the Blu-ray, it's down to $15.60 right now. So a lot of good deals right now going on Amazon. So definitely check out those deals. I'll link them all down below. Now, let's go ahead and get into what is new this week, guys, because we've got some good stuff coming this week. It is a lighter week for physical media, but there is some good stuff. We got the Amityville Horror coming out on 4K this week. This is the Amityville Horror from 2005, coming out on 4K from Screen Factory for $32.99. We've also got We've also got Sweeney Todd getting a standalone 4K this week from Paramount for $23.19. Already had a 4K in the Paramount Scares box set last year, but it is getting a standalone 4K release now, so everybody can get it. If you don't want to get the Paramount Scares set, you can get it for $23.19 right now. Currently, we've also got the long-awaited standalone A League of Their Own on 4K coming out from Sony for $30.49. I wish that Sony would release more of their 4Ks that are locked in their box set, standalone 4Ks. But this is one that deserves to be put out. It's a great film. It does not deserve to be locked in a box set. So I'm glad that more people are going to be able to get to experience this 4K because it was a fantastic looking 4K. One of Sony's best 4Ks, in my opinion, and one of their best movies. We've also got Repo Man coming out on 4K this week from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. We do have The Boy coming out this week from Screen Factory for $32.99. And we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey getting a Blu-ray Steelbook. Now, this is not it. This has released before, but it was a Walmart exclusive. Now it's going to be available on the Scream Factory website and on Amazon, and it's coming out for $27.99 for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Steelbook. Now, let's go ahead and get into some of the other releases that are coming out this week. Not a ton of stuff, like I said, guys, but you got Moby Dick coming out from Sandpaper Pictures. This is the classic Moby Dick from 1956 for $29.99, which is pretty pricey for a Blu-ray. We've also got some Warner Archives stuff. We got Words and Music, Three Little Words. This is The Hounds of Baskervilles. That is a probably Sandpaper Pictures. Sandpiper Pictures for $20.98. That is coming out. Let's see. We've got Lady in White coming out on Blu-ray. We got Blame It on Rio coming out. That's from 1984. That's Sandpiper Pictures as well. So Sandpiper is doing a lot of releases this week. We got Naughty Girl coming out. That's from Kino Lorber for $21.98. We've got Marit and Sad coming out. We've got Lord of the Illusions, which has an umbrella release, but now it's getting a US release, which I think it did have a Screen Factory release at some point. This is coming out for $29.99 from Sandpiper Pictures. So Sandpiper is knocking it out of the park this week. We got Chains of Gold coming out from Kino Lorber. A World Without Thieves coming out. And that is coming out from Shop Factory for $31.99. I do apologize, guys. This does get a little bit messy. We got Linoleum coming out on Blu-ray. We got Saving Grace coming out on Blu-ray. So yeah, guys, again, it's not a super exciting week for physical media, but there's some good stuff coming out this week for sure. Let me know what you're the most excited about. I'm going to take this down, and we're going to close out this episode of the Physical Media Report. Thank you all so much for entertaining the madness. This still clocked in at pretty much the same amount of time that some of my other physical media reports have. So I do apologize for that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and we'll see you next time.